Hey everybody, I'm Mike, this here's Moose, and on Saturday, Gaahleri released the brand new Voortex Paint Mixer. And today, we're going to find out if it's a must-have tool for your bench or just a bunch of hype. That's coming up next on Modeling with Mike. Alright, and welcome back, and right here we have it, and I've been waiting to tear into this thing since I got it in the mail Thursday morning, but here's my chance. So this here is the Voortex Paint Mixer. Comes in a nice box. Let's see, on the side here has all the nice little features. Has a 3500 RPM high-speed mixing, low noise brushless motor, universal bottle compatibility, and intuitive controls. And on the back you'll have everything about it. Nice little drawing of it. Not suitable for children under 3 years, small parts. Basically, it has, in a little bit more specific terms, everything it says here on the side right here. Let's see, has 10 watts of rated power, 3500 RPM max speed, 3-level power adjustment. The dimensions are 110 by 95 by 122 millimeters, and it's compatible with bottles from 35 to 125 millimeters in height, and it has direct current input. So, got my hobby knife. So we'll cut this open. 2 seals. Cut it open, see what's inside this beast. I've been looking forward to this, as I said, for days. Here we have, well, this is going on my cutting mat, a Vortex sticker. Nice touch. And you have your quick start guide, as you do with all Gaahleri products, and instructions for use. Always follow these your first time of starting it, and it has the same thing in a number of other languages. So that's your quick start guide. As usual, a nice foam pad, and here it is. Let's pull this out of here. Oh yeah, and tear this open here, and that is it. I mean, it's relatively small. So what's included in the box? There you have your unit, and I believe this is going to be your power source. Yes. So box inside there. Here you have a plug-in and your cord, and right here is where you plug in your cord. This side, you'll make sure you get it straightened all out here. And this goes in to your plug, and this goes into the wall, or since I'm just going to be using it for this video, I'm going to stick it in an extension cord, which is in the wall. The rest of this can go over here to be thrown away. So let's give it a first look here. you saw what's included in the box. Here's your main unit, the cord, everything. And this, the build quality is excellent. I mean, it's basically built out of the same material as the air hub that you saw last. It's like a lightweight aluminum, but strong. It feels very sturdy. Has rubber parts here where you stick your paint bottles. It doesn't take up that much room, really. I mean, it doesn't. Width-wise and front to back, its footprint is very small. Weight-wise, look at this. I'd say this is about 3 or 4 pounds at the most. I can hold it with one hand. And the power source, well, it's USB, of course. USB going in, and both ends actually are USB, but it comes with this plug, this adapter, where you can plug it in, and it can plug into any outlet. So, you know, that way it's universal. You can plug it into an outlet, and if you have a USB outlet, you can plug it into that. So, first impressions, I'm impressed. It's not too big, doesn't have a huge footprint to it. So far, so good. So, let's see how it works. All you got to do is lift this all the way up, and wow, it's not gonna fit that. I'll use my Duraclear. Just stick your bottle in there like so, and turn it on, and we'll do that in a bit when I hook it up. I want to move my camera to the front so you guys can definitely see it, but that's really all you do. It has 3 different speeds to it. Has low, medium, and high. I'm going to get my other bottle that I have opened of the Duraclear. And the features, it has 3 speeds. 3 speeds, 10 watt rated power, 3,500 RPM motor. Like I said, 3 speeds, and also, as I said before, very small footprint. And it's supposed to be very easy to use and hands-free, so we'll check that out. Like I said, the footprint, very small. I mean, look at this. I mean, wow. We'll look at the noise level of this thing, and stability, let's take a look at it with the fusion firm in here. It's up as far as it can go, and it has four suction cups in here. So you get it down, it's not gonna move on you, it's not gonna topple over. It's rather bottom heavy, so yeah, it's going to be very stable. And there's one design touch that I really like to this, and that is right here. This thing goes up, down, you just put your bottle in. This will go on top of your bottle and hold it in, and hands-free. That is the one thing about this that I really love. So, you know, it looks all fine and dandy, but, you know, features are one thing. Does it work? Well, give me about a couple minutes to hook this thing up to the power source and start her up, and we'll be back with some actual tests on it, with some actual bottles of paint and varnish. infusion firm and all that. So we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. We have this beast all hooked up, and right there you can see there it is, a blue light. All you got to do is press this in and it'll turn off, and there we go. And green, blue, red, green, blue, red. And there you go. You can hear this. This is the highest setting, and that's as loud as it's getting. I mean, wow. So we'll bring this back down and turn it off. All right. So as you can see, very quiet, but does it work? Well, we got a number of paints we're going to try it on. From Gaahleri, we're going to try some of my ochre paints. We're going to try some of my a bottle of Model Air from Vallejo. Of course, you got to try some testers. And this has been sitting a while, so we're going to see if it works for stuff that's been sitting a while. And I showed you this before. This is my fusion firm, liquid chrome. It's all sitting at the bottom, so we'll see if it works on that. Couple of bottles of Kaleido. I'm going to use the clear pink and the magma orange, which I haven't touched yet. So we'll see how it works on all that. So let's see how it does on the Gaahleri first. We'll put this in here, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to okay, now I'm going to move this. See how that's leaning? I don't like that. I don't like that. Now, let's see. There's the highest. There's the highest thing. There's the highest setting. But we'll move this. The green is the lowest, I believe. So we'll move it back down here and turn it off. And yeah, it's well mixed. But one thing I don't like there, I don't like the way that it let the bottle go forward. I think Gaahleri, you're going to have to work on the strength of this. Find a way to really clamp it down. But let's see how it works on the ochre paint. Okay, there we go. We got it in. So as you can see, haven't used it in a while. It's sort of all settled on the bottom. So we'll see how it does here. All right. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. All right, bring it out. As you can see, nice and mixed. I love it, and it stayed in place. Now, here's another one. That was just a regular color burnt sienna. Here we go. Burnt sienna. Focus, focus. But this one is pearly orange. So these pearl paints, as you can see there, I haven't touched this in a while. So we'll see how this works on like a pearl. Here we go. Alright, there's medium. High. Alright, now as doesn't seem to be, well, actually it does. Let's take another crack at it at high. And I think a little bit more, little bit stronger suction cups. A little bit stronger suction cups on here because it's wanting to walk a little bit. But yeah, it's mixed. Now, we have some Vallejo Model Air here. Again, look at the top. I haven't used it in a while. It's settled on the bottom. Let's take a look-see on how it does. There we go. See how this is turning in there? I like the fact that it's mixing real well. But look how that's turning. And we'll turn it off, and it's mixed very well. It's mixed very well. But I don't like the fact that it's turning in there. If it's loose enough to turn, it's loose enough to eventually get loose and shoot out, you know. I'd like to have maybe this a little heavier maybe, or some spring action in here or something to make that clamp a little bit, just a little bit better. Okay, here we go. We have, and everybody has testers, and I have not even looked at this bottle for a long time. So let's see how this testers does. Actually, it doesn't even fit into the ring there. So here we go. All right, looking like it's mixing really well. I love it. And I mean, you got a little more shaking to do. Has a little bit of sheen on the side there, but let's put it on high and leave it on for a little bit. Let's leave that go for about 30 seconds or so. See how it does. You only have 3 more bottles to do after this. We got some time here. And you got to remember, I haven't even touched this bottle. I haven't even looked at a lot of these testers bottles in a long time. Not since I found the Kaleido brand. Still got some sheen on the side there, but you know, but it's mixed. It is mixed. Take a look on the inside here. Look at that. There we go. Nice and mixed. Now, let's see how this fusion firm will do. Look at this. It's got everything on the bottom and a bunch of liquid on top. So remember how that looked. We're going to get that in there. And here we go. And you can see it. Well, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's getting a nice little vortex, nice little tornado mixing thing going in there. go. Now let's see. No more stuff on the bottom. It's all mixed up now. There you go. So we're gonna see how it works on this clear pink. I have not shaken this. I have not even used this except for when I tested it out when I first got it. So as you can see, you know, doesn't look mixed. So we'll try this out. You can hear that ball jiggling around in there. Let's go to medium. Now for stuff like Kaleido and the Ophir paints, well, it turned a little bit when I went up to high, but it wouldn't turn around like this Vallejo was. And here we go. As you can see, nice and mixed. Nice and mixed. And that's the translucent. Let's see how it does against a, you know, nice little magma orange here. And yeah, magma orange, that's part of the auto paints. As you can see, you know, haven't touched it yet. Once again, you could hear that ball going around. And there we go. Again, nice and mixed. So, as you can see, it works. It works real well. Gives a good mix. Only it doesn't fit the gray primer. You know, still gonna have to shake the primer by hand, but everything else that's in my arsenal, oh yeah, definitely. And if you want to turn it off, just go to the knob on the side, turn it in for 3 seconds, boom, it's off. And there you go. So, as you can see, it works. It works. It's easy to use. It mixes it well. It mixes it quick. And there's a couple things I'd change about it. And we'll get into that after we come back. I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll unplug this and I'll turn around and we'll go over the pros and cons, who's it for, and I'll, just like I do on my build series, I'll give it a score. And then we'll close out this video. So we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, and there you have it. Big Bad Vortex Paint Mixer from Gaahleri. Let's talk about the pros and cons. Now the pros. This stuff impressed me very much, the speed of it. As you saw, it mixed up my paints within 30 seconds. Boom. Get it done, get it in the airbrush, get it on the model. That's what you want, but you know, within reason. But you don't want to mess around with mixing it, you know. Before this, I had to do it by hand, and that was at least a couple minutes. I could have had, you know, maybe half a car body done by then. So it's fast. It's consistent. The speed are consistent. You want the low speed, it'll go at that speed every time you use it. Same with the intermediate and the high speed. That's why I showed you all 3 speeds every time I mixed a bottle there, just to show you that yes, they are consistent. As you can see, it's easy to use. Plop that top platform, pop the bad boy in, plop that, you know, platform back on it and twist the knob. Boom, you're mixing. As you can see, it's compact. I mean, doesn't have a huge footprint at all. doesn't take up much space. Brilliant. I mean, I've seen some of these paint mixers that take up half your bench, or at least your workspace on your bench. It takes half that up. Why? It's also very quiet. I was expecting it to be a lot louder. No way. It's whisper quiet. Love it. And of course, it's well built. It's very strong, very sturdy, very stable. Now let's talk about some cons. The price is, I believe it's $79.99. During Gaahleri days, it is on sale, so grab some savings on it. And if you use my discount code MWMike at checkout, that's an extra 10% off on top of the sale price. But the price, maybe it's sort of out of range of some people. Gaahleri, if you drop it a little bit, into the 50s or so, upper 50s maybe, it'll bring some more people to buying it. The idea of that top platform coming down and holding a bottle from top, to me, is brilliant. It gives you hands-free mixing. You could do something else while your paint's mixing, but I would make it a little bit, that clamp down pressure, I'd make a little bit stronger. There's some bottles that are moving out, like that semi-gloss, bottle of semi-gloss that I mixed at the very start. It moved out. It sort of angled out. The mixer kept it in there, but that would make me a little leery of whether it's gonna launch it. If you remember right, the bottle of Vallejo was sitting there turning, especially when I put it on high. It was just turning like a record in there. So that clamping, needs to be a little bit tighter. And another thing I noticed was you need to get some double-sided tape on the bottom like the air hub has, or bigger suction cups. Because even though I had that, I pressed that thing down so the suction cups would be in there, the thing was still walking on me. So maybe a little stronger suction cups on there. And those are the cons of it. So who do I think it's for? Everybody. Beginners can use it, intermediate modelers can use it, advanced modelers can use it. Anybody who needs your paint mixed, which is basically anybody who's a modeler or a crafter. It doesn't matter whether you use airbrush or the hairy stick, you still need your paint mixed correctly. And figure painters or regular model painters, you still need your paint mixed correctly. There you go. So this will work for everybody. So let me give you my final verdict and the final score for it. Is it worth the money? Yeah, it mixes the paint excellently. It does the job very well. The only thing, I don't think $79.99, a lot of people can, well, there's some people that won't be able to afford it. That's my only worry there as far as money goes. Would I buy it? Oh, heck yeah. This reminds me, before I go any further, I want to thank Sita and the people at Gaahleri for sending me this to test out. Muchly appreciated. It's going to be a valuable part of my bench. But would I buy it? Oh, definitely. Definitely. It mixes, like I said, it mixes the paint well. It doesn't take up much room. Just, that top clamp needs to be a little tighter, a little more strength on the suction cups so it doesn't walk. Boom. That would be perfect. Even with those two, I would recommend it to anybody. You know, if you have 80 bucks or, 70 or 80, or right now even 60 or so, since it's on sale, and you can use my 10% discount code on top of it, yeah, I'd recommend it. So let's give it a score. For build quality, I'm going to do this on a 1 to 10 scale. Build quality, I'll give it a 9. Just a couple of little things to tweak. Like I said, the clamping pressure and the suction cups. Boom, it'd be perfect. Ease of use, I'll give it a 10. All you gotta do is push in a knob and twist that knob, and bingo bango, you're mixing paint. Performance, you saw it, folks. I'll give it a 10. Value for the money, that's another thing that I'm worried about. Can everybody afford it? Just because of that, I'm going to put it down to a 9. So overall rating, let's see, 8, 10, it's 18, 28, 37 divided by 4. Yeah, it'd be an overall rating of 9.1, 9.2, which if you put a letter grade on it, you know me, former teacher, if you put a letter grade on it, it's an A. It's an A. So Gaahleri, you done a good job again on this. So yeah, very good, very good. So that brings me to the question, do you already own a paint mixer? And if so, or if not, would you buy the Vortex after seeing these tests? Let me know about it in the comments below. As usual, always love hearing from you. And don't forget, all my codes, my discount codes for Gaahleri and the Gaahleri store on Amazon, and all of my links to everything, including the merch store. That's all in the video description. And don't forget to go to Gaahleri right now until the 15th of September. It's Gaahleri Days, savings on everything, including this beast. So go ahead and get your savings now, and plus you put my discount code in there, you get 10% more. You know, what more can you ask? Don't forget, memberships are in effect now. $1.99 a month. 2 ways to join. Press the join button on either the video description or the channel description. Follow the instructions. Boom, you're a member. So let's see. Next video is going to be 10 mistakes that can instantly ruin your model build. So that's going to be an interesting one for all the beginners, and maybe some of you advanced people too. So don't forget to see that. But that's all I got for this one. Y'all know what we say around here, never stop pushing your modeling boundaries, and until next time, we will see you later. Bye-bye.